Hi there everyone, this is Simon again. Thanks very much for stopping by. We've had a number of requests recently to look at some of the other superhero games that are currently offered in Playtech casinos. So we're going to be looking at arguably one of the most popular Marvel franchises out there in X-Men. Now X-Men obviously started off as a comic book, it's rapidly outgrown that. We've had TV shows, we've had cartoons, but as you can see looking at the screen at the moment, the Playtech version of the game is very much based on the 3 Hollywood movies that starred the likes of Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman. So let's have a quick look around the screen. If you've played Playtech slots before, or especially the superhero slots, then a lot of this will be familiar to you, but it's worth going over because certainly in terms of sort of the betting options, there are some differences to games you may have played previously. If we start at the top, as with all of the Playtech slots, the X-Men game is linked to 4 different progressive jackpots. So we have the Ultimate Power jackpot, Extra Power, Super Power, Power. Now at the moment these all say they're not active. That's purely because I'm in the sort of the free version of the game. If and when you start playing for money, these, you'll start seeing that there are some quite large numbers get put in those boxes. The Ultimate Power jackpot is regularly 6 figures and normally quite high 6 figures, and even the Power jackpot tends to be worth several hundred if not thousand, so definitely worth winning. So how do you go about winning them? Well, you need to end up playing the jackpot game, which is triggered entirely at random. So you don't need to spin a particular combination to unlock this jackpot game. You don't even need to spin a winning combination. It just happens totally at random. What Playtech have said is that the more you bet on a single spin, the more likely you are to trigger this jackpot game. But there have been stories as well of non-high rollers who've been able to win some fairly impressive progressive prizes in the past. If you do manage to unlock this jackpot game, you'll be taken to a second screen with sort of very much a traditional scratch card on it. It's a 4x5 grid with a number of cards that you need to turn over. Now each of these cards will have a symbol on it which will relate to one of these 4 progressive jackpots, and you keep turning over cards until you match up 3 symbols, at which point you win the cash in the associated jackpot. So it's a really easy game to play, and if you can unlock it, you are guaranteed to win one of the 4 progressive games, one of the 4 progressive jackpots. So definitely one worth looking out for. Okay, so let's have a look at the bottom of the screen now. These are where the various betting options reside. Here you can see this is the sort of coin denomination that I'll be using in my bets. The X-Men game also features a sort of an auto spin feature. So if you're going to be playing for a long time, or you just don't want to keep clicking the spin button, you can set a certain number of spins to play, hit the auto start button, and X-Men will just go through each of those spins automatically for you, and allow you to sit back and see how you do. Now next up we have the number of different lines here. X-Men is a 5-reel 25 pay line game, and you can bet on as many of those lines as you want. Next up we have the amount that you're going to bet on each line. At the highest level you can bet £1 or $1 on each line, meaning that if you bet all 25 lines, you've got a total bet of £25 a spin. Now you've probably noticed as I've been changing these different options, this total bet value here has been constantly updating, so it's kind of clear, it's very clear actually, exactly how much you're spending on a spin. Right, so we've had a look at betting options, we've had a look at the progressive jackpots. Let's go through a few spins and I'll see if I can point out a few symbols for you. The first thing I want to point out is this X-Men logo here. This is the game's scatter symbol, and if you spin 3 of those anywhere on the reels, you unlock a number of free games basically. So we'll come to that later on in the video so you can see how that works. It's a heroes versus villains game, which can be quite lucrative. Let's go through, see if I can pick out a couple of other things for you. In fact, if you're an X-Men fan, you've probably already noticed that this game includes most of the main characters. We've got the likes of Wolverine, Professor X, Cyclops, Storm, Magento. They all appear during the game, and the good guys are sort of have this blue background to the back of their characters, whereas the red guys are all played on this sort of red background. So just looking through, you can also see that the game also features a wild symbol that we've got in the top left hand corner here. This substitutes for any other symbol in the game, with the exception of the scatter symbol, to increase your chances of winning, but it's also the most valuable symbol in the game. If you are able to spin 5 of them on an active pay line, you'll get paid out a massive 10,000 times the size of your original bet, which is obviously certainly worth winning. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play this through a little bit more. I want to be able to show you the Heroes versus Villains game, which is the free spins I mentioned earlier, and I also want to show you the extra pay feature, which pays out 5 times the size of your total bet. Okay, so I've been playing a little bit longer here, and you can see that I've unlocked the X feature. What this basically means is I've been able to spin 5 hero symbols on the second, third and fourth reel, and they combine to form this X shape you can see here. Now the hero symbols that make this possible are Professor X, Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler and Cyclops. And you can see they don't have to be all the same symbol. As long as you've got 5 of those guys on the reel in these positions, you will end up getting paid 5 times the size of your total bet. So that's one of the unique features of the game. What I'll do now is I'm going to keep playing through, and hopefully shortly I'll unlock the Heroes versus Villains, the free spins feature of the game, and I will talk you through that. Right, excellent. So we've carried on playing for a little bit, and you can see we've unlocked the free games feature, which we've done by spinning 3 of the scatter symbols anywhere across the reel. When that happens, we get taken to this Hero Villains game. So I just click on through so you can see what it looks like. We start off in the Heroes mode, so we're playing with all the Heroes characters from the X-Men on the blue screen. We actually have unlimited spins here, so we can carry on spinning until we trigger an additional wild symbol. There it is. It's just popped up in the middle of the third reel there. So when that happens, the unlimited spins we have in the Heroes part of the feature come to an end, and we switch over to the Villains feature, which we'll see in a second. So here we go, we're entering Villains mode now, and as you can see it looks very similar. We're now playing on a red screen rather than the blue screen, and we're playing with the Villains characters in the slots rather than the Heroes characters. The other main difference here is that we don't have unlimited spins. You can see in the top left hand corner we're counting down just how many spins we have left. We start with 8, and once those 8 have been spun, then we'll just take it back to the first screen, being the main part of the game. So we've got 2 spins left here. The characters you see in the Heroes Villains mode are exactly the same as you'd see in the main part of the slot. The only difference is that extra wild symbol, which switches you over from the Heroes part of the game to the Villains part of the game, and there are no scatter symbols in here, so once you've started the free spins feature you can't re-trigger them. But other than that, all of the other characters are the same, and you still have the wild symbol you've seen there, which is actually just giving us quite a nice payout. So there we go, we've had our 8 free spins in the Villains mode, a quick summary of how we've done in the feature overall, and then let's just go back to the main screen here. So you can see the money that we've won is being added to our account in the bottom right hand corner here, but I think I'm just going to click on through that. And that pretty much brings the review to the end, really. Hopefully the video's given you a good idea of what the X-Men slot is like, how the main features work. It's one of Playtech's most popular slots and definitely worth trying out, especially if you're a fan of the X-Men franchise. Anyway, if you have any questions at all about the game or any suggestions for further reviews, please do leave a comment under the video and we'll get back to you shortly. Otherwise, thanks very much for dropping by again, and I will just let this play out for you now. Hopefully see you again soon. Bye.